Everyone, I just want to come on here and talk to you about Heaven's Gate cult. The Heaven Gates cult was primarily known for its mass unalivings of 39 members in 1997. Heaven's Gate cult was founded by Marshall Applewhite and Bonnie Nettles. They claim that they were two witnesses of the Book of Revelation. So their style of theology was based in New Age, millennialism, and Christianity. And it's also based as a UFO religion. They believe that they were extraterrestrial beings. The challenge was when Nettles died, this challenged that belief system. And on March 26, 1997, the San Diego Department of Sheriff's Office found 39 bodies of the active members in a group. The suicides were coordinated with a series of rituals to align themselves with the comet, the Hale-Bopp, because they believed that in the trail of the comet, there was a UFO. I just want to link this to Scientology, because Scientology uses a Xenu story about a galactic overlord that 79 million years ago, due to overpopulation, he froze bodies and dropped them in volcanoes because he didn't want overpopulation. And they were frozen in ice and dropped into volcanoes. And when the Thetans came out, the souls of the beings that came out once they were dropped in the volcanoes, this occurred 76 million years ago when the Earth was known as TGAC. Scientology, with all those Satans floating up in the air, took them to their past life stations to scrub their memories, to make them feel like organized religion was normal. This is why I think both of these cults are so unique in the fact that they have like a UFO story. The Heaven's Gate cult, I remember hearing about this on the news, and they were all dressed up in similar tracksuits, and they were all wearing the same type Nike running shoe. Their rituals are different from Scientology, but however, I feel like most cults kind of take from other cults in a similar fashion, that they take their self-help premises from other people. L. Ron Hubbard thought he was a Dalai Lama or a Buddhist at one point in time. Scientology does hurt its members, and I'm going to go upstairs. The Heaven's Gate cult was kind of creepy. All those members were found lying with shrouds covered over their bodies. When the founder died from cancer, it kind of questioned their theology about ascending to a higher plane, because they were extraterrestrial beings. So the creator of Heaven's Gate tweaked the tech, similar to what David Miscavige has been doing to the tech. Scientology does harm humans. It's not beneficial for the public. They start out as a self-help group, so they say in Scientology, what is true for you is true for you. However, once you start getting on the upper levels, they want you to conform to what they want. And if you don't conform, you get punished greatly. Jenna Miscavige has talked about it. In the early 60s, when Janice Gillum Grady was in, she stated there was more laxity to call your parents to do all that stuff. As time went on, it got more strict and strict. They took that type stuff away, and so has Jefferson Hawkins. He's talked about this too as well on Xeno TV, which is Mark Bunker's channel, by the way. I really like Mark Bunker's channel because he has been uploading a lot of the old footage from him when he was protesting Scientology back in 1995 when Lisa McPherson died at the hands of Scientology. Lisa McPherson was a beautiful human being. She did not deserve to be kept locked up at the Fort Harrison Hotel and died. Scientology is the enemy, and we should be fighting Scientology and trying to take their tax-exempt status away. But I just thought it was kind of neat that both the Heaven's Gate cult and Scientology have a tie to a UFO story, or a galactic force, as they would say, in the universe. Xenu is a kind of crazy story, if you think about it. And this is what Scientologists believe. You learn about Xenu on the OT3 materials. And people who have done the OT3 materials, many of them have had seizure-like states, because they're doing auditing. They're trying to get all these body thetans off their body when they do their auditing sessions. The thetans that came out of the volcanoes, they claim they stick to every human being. And that's what's creating our reactive mind. According to L. Ron Hubbard, you're not going to mock it up anymore. Scientology has a lot of crazy concepts within the Church of Scientology. Once you got to the OT8 level, the old OT8 level talked about LRH as being the Antichrist. In the book of Revelations, there is an Antichrist that comes back and helps to free. Well, God will free the ones that are pure. And Scientology does harm children. And one thing I do want to say that's really harmful in Scientology is that they think children are big beings in little bodies. I don't agree with that. Children go through phases of development. And it's a proven fact. And for most adult men, their brain hasn't fully developed until they're 25. Women, it's a little bit different. We mature at a much younger age. We do things at a much younger age. If anyone knows women who go through menopause, they are very emotional. So yeah, they have more emotions. But I just thought it was neat because Heaven's Gate has always fascinated me. Why would somebody believe that type of thinking? At first, they probably did have premises of self-help. Heaven's Gate was a really weird cult. And sadly, all of those members died. When a friend of the cult went to check on them, he found them all dead in a really ritualistic manner. So this is why it's important to get the word out about these destructive cults in our country. Scientology has trafficked children. I'm pretty sure nowadays they're not allowed to hold people's passports because it could be a serious flap for them if the authorities raided a base and found that all the passports were locked up and they couldn't leave. Scientology does harm its members, the forced disconnections, the gaslighting and the manipulation behind the scenes. I've seen it. I've seen it within the groups of the anti-Scientology movement. I've seen it with people trying to hurt one another. And people who know me know my true character, and I am a loving human being, and I don't treat people unkindly. And yes, I have had to delete some of my videos because I've been called all about drama and that I kill channels. So I don't support that either. And I've actually reported that post because that was disgusting. Take time for yourself. Take time for your family and friends. I just wanted to correlate Heaven's Gate in with Scientology because they have similar premises and similar belief systems. Thank you and have a great day. Take time for your family and friends. Do the things you love and support everyone. Thank you and have a great day.